you are going to meet with first responders today, but you pardoned people who assaulted first responders.
No, I pardoned people that were assaulted themselves. They were assaulted by our government. I pardoned J6 people who were assaulted by our government. That's who assaulted, and they were treated unfairly. There's never been a group of people in this country, outside of maybe one instance that I can think of, but I won't get into it, that were treated more horribly than the people of J6. So, no, I didn't assault. They didn't assault. They were assaulted. And what I did was a great thing for humanity. They were treated very, very unfairly. There's never been an incident like this.
It truly is shocking just to reflect that people willingly voted for this and could care less about the consequences.
The night that Trump won the election, one of my friends was like, well, you must be happy. And I was like, what the And he said, well, you know, Trump's good for comedy, right? And I was pissed. Because, yeah. Trump is sometimes good for comedy. In the same way that I'm sure sometimes the passenger's screams harmonized with the quartet on the Titanic. If you can ignore the sinking, the music's quite nice.
Comedian Gianmarco Soresi eloquently rebukes friends and family who may think comedy is just easier with Donald Trump in office. Speaking of,
would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would
I
you,
did. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
this is a hey, hello, does anyone else see it moment? Sadly, it appears MAGA and their schmooing-on movements could care less. Thus,
you're telling me that all these comedian podcasters who make Epstein jokes, I make Epstein jokes, and you were sitting across the guy who's been in multiple pictures at different times of his life with Epstein, and you didn't even mention it?
Yeah.
You didn't mention it? They don't even seem to explain why. Why was Trump hanging out with him? They don't even go like, well, they were friends. They had good conversation. They just, as if it wasn't there.
It would be funny if they put out a press release. Why was Trump? And you're like, they were friends. They had really good conversations about arts and culture and growing up in New York. And
some people went to Epstein's Island for the cornhole, you know?
Soresi is spot on here. The Rogans, the Vaughns, all of them are just, let's be honest, pushovers on the subject when they make light of it previously. Why? Because they have a newfound audience and they love the money they generate off them. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStrom Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
The new Trump administration has fired federal prosecutors at the Department of Justice who were involved in the criminal cases investigating President Trump and his role in the January 6th Capitol riots.
This move to fire, we're told, over a dozen officials who worked on criminal investigations related to President Trump. The acting attorney general sent out a memo earlier notifying them that they are being removed from their positions, saying, quote, "You played a significant role in prosecuting President Trump. The proper functioning of the government critically depends on the trust superior officials place in their subordinates. Given your significant role in prosecuting the president, I do not believe that the leadership of the department can trust you to assist in implementing the president's agenda faithfully."
Of course, they don't, because this gives credence to a talking point many had prior to the election. Trump wanted the power, yes, but while he was running for president, he was also running from being held accountable.
So I guess Donald Trump fired a lot of the prosecutors in the Department of Justice that were involved in the criminal investigations against him. And part of me's like, yeah, they don't seem very good at their jobs. I
I mean, I agree. They say they want to get this guy in jail. He's president again. Fire those mother.
Soresi hilariously shares his gripes with the Justice Department. It is funny, but also a fair critique. Merrick Garland failed. The Department of Justice failed. And here we are in 2025.
With respect, could you explain your gun control policy to the parents of the victims of school shootings?
I could. We have a Second Amendment and right to bear arms, essentially. And I'm very strongly an advocate of that. I think you need that. I think that if you ever tried to get rid of it, you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to take away the guns because people need that for security. They need it for entertainment and for sport and other things.
You heard from the horse's mouth. We can't make schools safer because we need rampant gun usage for sport. He said it. While on the subject,
I went to a gun show. Not because I'm into the shit or anything. I was in Florida. I figured I'd learn about the culture. I went, and I'm sorry to all my liberal friends in the room. They were very nice to me. The moment I walked in, this woman, she handed me a free pocket Constitution. And I was surprised she could read. And she pulled me to the side like she was telling me a secret. And she was like, Did you know? They don't even teach kids about the Second Amendment in schools anymore. And I was like, don't you think they're getting enough hands-on experience? Which, listen, that's not what I said. Because I was scared to be there. I was scared some crazy motherfucker gonna show up to the gun show, just start shooting up the place. But then I was like, wait a second, no one would be stupid enough to even try that because everyone here has a gun. Maybe there'd be no more mass shootings if everyone had I get the out of Florida right now. What did I just say?
a great moment. Here's another from the same show.
Like this from Block.
Wow. And they sell well.
Yes, sir.
They like me.
They like you.
I'm gonna buy one. Sir, if you want one, this one.
No, I want to buy one. I want to buy one.
Can I get one more picture with the president?
Go ahead.
And it's right here. I just want one.
Go ahead.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Let's be objective. This is insane to watch.
I was a Bernie Sanders fan. And my dad, you say womp womp? Oh, you with a Bernie bro. Get ready, mother. I'm gonna destroy you on Twitter tonight. Mark my words. Who are you a fan of? You look like you're just a fan of Axis, if I'm being honest with you. Axis and fire hoses and a fire truck. What do you do for work? Work for a nonprofit. What? Okay. Give me some details. What am I supposed to do with that? What is the nonprofit?
So I'm the Indiana State Representative for the National Rifle Association.
What's not insane is seeing Gianmarco live in person. Head to his website for tour updates, and of course his socials for more content, like on Instagram and TikTok. Kudos to him.